because they can't actually fix things.
Yeah, no, this game definitely has some issues. That event was a very horrible event, complete waste of time. Um,
What?
again, it just goes back to the whole like you can only enjoy this game if you're in the top one, like number one guild or whatever the case may be, like the top alliance, and like they get all the gear. They just got a free event, and like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like again,
What makes
we're the
me
most
unbelievably
organized.
upset about what just happened is the fact that we were told how the event was going to go down, and we started organizing and preparing for that, how that event was going to go down. And it was nothing, not even close to anything like they said it was going to be. There was one fucking boss that they had to go through that entire time. There was
Yep.
like a couple gates that took them almost no time to get through.
Yep.
It was the entire server versus a handful of people rather than,
I didn't see a
the
single
entire
bomber,
server
by the
versus,
way,
yeah.
because remember there was supposed to be a bomber that the defending
Yeah,
team had to look out for that was going to do massive damage to that golem, and there wasn't a single bomber in sight.
exactly. I didn't see any of that. The event
Not a
was
single bomber.
nothing like what they said it was going to be. And because of that, not a single person on the server except for the top guild, maybe the top alliance, got all of the loot simply because they screwed up the event and made it completely impossible for us to actually do anything. That
Like
entire event, I couldn't even enter the PvP zone without getting jumped by 20 to 30 people.
again, like the thing that irritates me the most is that literally we just formed that whole Discord. We had over 300 members inside of that Discord in the Alliance VC chat. We were organized, we were prepared, and everything like that. We had share numbers. Everything sounded like on paper it should have went great, and that we were going to have the advantage over how many members they had actively online. And even though they had less members than us, they still came out on top due to that whole buggy event and just the way the event played out in general. And that's crazy to me because it's like that's a glaring issue again with the whole guilds and alliances inside this game. Like, one, our alliance meant absolutely nothing. And then two, it's like, dude, they're outnumbered significantly. And even though they're outnumbered significantly, the event played in their favor the entire time. Like, that's the crazy
It's not
thing.
that they were outnumbered. Like, granted, they were outnumbered. It's
Yeah.
just that everyone was on their team. It should be their alliance on one team and everyone else on the other team, not the entire server on red team with a handful of guilds on blue and green team.
Yeah.
Because our guild, I saw one other guild on blue team and I saw two guilds on green team. Everyone else was red. Everyone. I didn't
Yep.
see a single. There's just those four that I saw on the opposite teams. Everyone else was red team, which is the exact opposite of what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be those four guilds versus everyone else.
What was weird?
That's how it was explained.
What was weird was like during that event, like I said, I just want to pull this up again for you two, or not. We'll just bring it up. Was the fact that at one point I was red, and then I changed from being red to blue, and then I went from blue back to red, then back to blue again at the end, which like threw me off because I was changing colors.
Okay.
And then like I was
wasn't
red and other
changing
red.
colors, but there were times where it was saying reds were friendly while I was a blue, so I couldn't attack them, but they could attack me.
Yeah, like
How
I
were they
had
friendly,
issues
but I'm
where
getting attacked by them?
yeah, when I was red team, when I was red, I was getting attacked by other reds. And I was confused why like I was red fighting other reds because again, I kept changing colors. Like one minute I'll be blue by myself and then I'll be red, but I'm getting attacked by other reds. And
Yeah. And on top of
that
that,
was really confusing.
I do owe T-Tox an apology because one of the times I accidentally started attacking T-Tox. How am I attacking an alliance member? They're an alliance member. I'm supposed to be completely unable to attack them in PvP zones. How am I attacking him?
Yeah, I have no idea because like T-Tox, I couldn't attack T-Tox, which was awesome. Like some of the alliance people I was able to see perfectly fine. Some guild members I was able to see perfectly fine.
I've seen every guildie perfectly fine the entire time.
I probably
I mean,
wasn't
I
grouped up
saw
with
the
some of the other
guildies
guildies.
and alliance members, but I was able to attack some of them as well.
I
I
didn't
don't
see
understand
any of the
attack any of
guildies.
them.
I didn't see any really like any guildies except for like in the beginning when we first grouped up like in front of the castle gate. I saw you guys perfectly fine, but then when we all went Dominion, I couldn't see you anymore. But I could see T-Tox normally when me and T-Tox was running around with each other sometimes or running from spawn. So
Yeah.
I don't think I killed anyone inside the guild or the alliance.
I don't think I didn't get a single kill the entire time.
Oh, I
because
got kills.
every single time I walked out there, I was getting attacked by 20, 30 people because, of course, everyone was red except us.
In the beginning,
Like,
because the original strat that the guy called out, one strat. One of the strats was, yo, if you're a Ravager, get in their back line, fuck them up, PvP them. I'm like, I bet, like, I got you. So, like, the moment we started, I just dived straight behind the back line. I wiped out, like, 2 or 3 people while I had, like, 5 or 6 people, like, attacking me at once, and I felt like a fucking... Oh, shit. Did you guys hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
wow.
yo...
How often do these
Dude,
these
my whole
tax
chair
events
just
happen?
broke on me just now, bro.
that was it.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude,
As
I should
far as
send you
know,
guys
that was
this.
it.
Meanwhile, YouTube's
me
gonna
check
laugh.
the
YouTube's gonna be like, what the
timetable.
hell just happened to this
Well,
guy?
like, how often do we how often are the castles?
So we have one Siege Warfare this upcoming Sunday at 4 o'clock, which we need to change our boss times, by the way.
Wait, so
And then
wait, Sunday is tax delivery? Oh shit, dude, my whole chair just
no, Sunday
broke.
is Siege Warfare.
What the?
There's
fuck?
not another, as far as I can see, which is all the way out to 12:05. There's not a single other tax delay. I think that actually was the only one. Other than that, it's just Siege Warfare.
Well, but
Well, no, because they
Sorry
have
about that,
to
guys.
schedule it. That's why you're not seeing it.
Oh, okay.
Schedule it.
Okay, let me.
Well, we
I
have
mean,
Siege Warfare this Sunday at 4.
Everything that
And
happened,
then
don't worry, 'cause it was even fucking worse for
first
me.
before.
Did you hear what I said in the stage?
You
yeah,
got
fucked with an update.
Yeah, I got kicked because the game decided to give me an update.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to be fair,
Yeah,
it didn't
but
matter
we
anyways.
didn't-
We didn't make it. It didn't change shit. That
It was legitimately the worst event that I've
still,
ever gone through. I
why
would
would
rather
you
deal
do
with
this?
guilds gatekeeping bosses than go through that shit show again.
I mean, honestly,
Because-
I feel like again, this is just another issue they need to address. Like you should have know about issues inside the event or inside your events, and you made an announcement stating that, hey, there's an ongoing issue right now inside the event, but we're still gonna play the event out anyways. Mind you, these events give you money that puts
Yeah.
players
Yeah.
significantly ahead of you. Why not just postpone the event and then wait till you finish the get the kinks out? Because we already are complaining about loot and how the big guilds right now are in control of everything, they have a massive
So,
monopoly, and now
that has to
it's just more
do
annoying.
with the castle sieges. They haven't actually addressed what we just went through.
So wait.
Which-
I hear what you're saying, but if what Paladin also believes is what happened too, like the whole this is possibly a glitch because this didn't happen, like this isn't happening in the other events that they can watch. If this was an event that was a shit show, because mind you, none of the mechanics played out the way they were supposed to play out, right? From what they listened and stated inside the official statement, we didn't see any bombers actually pop up, right? Jake crashed due to an in-game update that was like not called for or whatever. And then everyone got turned into a Dominion in which we had like different people on different like team colors that weren't like
Mhm.
that was a part of your guild and not a part of your guild. Like it was just like really weird. Like I can't explain it. But like that whole event played out like perfectly into the other teams. Like that realistically, the main guild,
That whole event
shouldn't have
played out
won.
exactly opposite of what we were told.
they should not have won. They should not have won with the sheer amount of numbers we had and the organization we had and everything there. Like that event, if
you
it
know what?
played the way it was supposed to play, we hands down would have took that server. But
Bro, I'm looking at the video that TJ sent me. Yeah, this is.
I just put it in
completely
general.
different. Yeah,
This is,
this video
tax-
is completely different from what we.
It's just a
did.
quick clip from like 8 months
Alright.
ago from a tax
oh
collection.
yeah, see, look at that.
We're gonna move out. Let's go.
So
Follow Green
it's
Shield,
better.
yeah.
That's how it should have
So-
been, honestly.
I'm not gonna play too much of this
So
guy's thing
basically,
because I don't want to steal his
it's-
content.
Come on, stop snake.
This is like what they said it was going to be like, whereas it was the server versus the alliance.
Yeah. And
That
Yeah, it was the server versus the server versus the
That's-
alliance. That's what it fucking was.
That's why I'm agreeing. I think you said Paladin said it. It's
Yeah.
a bug. I think it's just a bug.
Said it.
I hope it's just a fluke accident, and if we cry enough
Well-
and fucking throw hissy fits, the fucking devs will fix it.
well, the thing is,
Well,
I
I
feel like players should be compensated too, like to be fair. But then it's
Yeah.
like, how do you compensate us without again overcompensating people that did win the event for free? You know, unless you decide to, like,
literally
take
all
it
you
away.
have to do is roll back the event that we just played through, roll it back, and just add on an extra one to the end. That's all you do. You just roll it back and allow us to redo it.
Yeah.
To roll it back though,
the
they
most
will
fair
have
way
to
to
roll
do it.
back the server, and that will cause more people problems if they got certain drops and all that.
I
Yeah.
mean, all they would have to do is roll back what was dropped, like the Lucent or Solon or anything like that.
People are probably spinning it though right now as we speak.
Then roll
That's
it back
also
anyway.
a lot more.
Who gives
That's
a
also a lot more data they have to go through.
Yeah. And people are already probably
The-
most likely spinning that shit. That's
when
the
that's why when devs do rollbacks, they
Also,
just roll back
it-
the entire game.
I think it only goes
You
into
say
the
you're
siege
spending
vault
it right
because if
now,
you
but
open up,
it's
if you
not
open up
much.
the castle tax status, the current tax status, it says that there's 38,000 Lucent in the vault. It's in the
Talk
siege
about the
vault.
Yeah, because I think now it's in the vault. I think Quantum has to distribute it. I'm pretty sure.
Are you
You
not
talking about the tax held? Is that
Oh,
what you're talking about?
how funny would it be, right? Hear me out. Because of how this game handles guilds, how fucked up but funny would it be if the guild leader had full control for that 38,000 Lucent and had
He
it?
does.
What?
No, not currently because
There's
we
no
still
way.
have the
He
siege
has to.
warfare.
He has to win the siege warfare. But if his guild wins, he has control
Yeah.
of those funds.
Yeah, if they win siege warfare, the guild leaders have full control over that.
We should not have full control over that shit right now. I'm gonna tell you right now, the game should automatically distribute that shit perfectly, because it's gonna be like another incident where some dude's gonna be like, "Oh, you got the Adentis blade or or Queen Melindair's fucking weapon, dude. I'm about to just run off with this shit and probably just hop
Correct.
servers after that shit, right? Take
Yep.
all that Lucent and then just change servers, like."
Yep.
Bro,
That's
they better
exactly what's
not
gonna
do
happen,
that.
and
People already do that shit a
that's-
lot.
And that right there is why I say if they actually address it whenever they should, aka today or tomorrow, all they have to do is roll that amount back. That's all they have to do. Take it out of the vault, put it back into the fucking tax delivery, and just allow us to redo the event. That's all they have to do if they actually address it in time. But considering how well these devs address things, they're probably not going to address it until like next fucking month.
Dude, I gotta fix my chair and shit like that. But yeah, there's a lot we can complain about, man. I don't want to make this YouTube video way too long, but that's just fucking stupid. Like, excuse my French, I swore like 5 times in this video. Like, I don't even care about the monetization at
I've
this
been
point right now.
swearing like a drunken sailor, so
Dude, it's
I'm
just so
pissed off.
stupid, bro. Like, there's so much
It's-
shit wrong with this game. Like, the loot distribution system. Like, the last video, people were commenting that, you know what, maybe I should pull that up. Maybe I should quickly find it and just pull it up, because people were saying that the loot is wrong.
The fact that fucking what's it called? Contribution based loot
Yeah.
in an issue. I don't know who has that idea, but sir, no,
They
have to
officially
issue
stated how the
everywhere possible.
contribution works. Okay, so here it is right here. So I just pull it up. So loot distribution, this is November 5th. Conquer devious field bosses, courageously explore abyss dungeons, and more in pursuit of Silesium's greatest treasures. Before we dive into loot rules, you'll first need to understand contribution and event items. Contribution is earned by doing damage against the enemy and healing friendly players in battle while said enemy is active. This is not in PvP, by the way. This is PvE. This is how it always works.
Correct.
Contribution from healing is acquired for healing players both in and out of your party when participating in guild level events. In parentheses, field bosses. Right?
Yep.
Event items. Loot drop during dynamic events that is collected to turn in for event progress. For example, Wolf Tails in the Wolf Hunting event. Like, and then they tell you general activities and stuff like that. Open world farming, abyss dungeon farming, quest contracts, dynamic events, co-op dungeons, excluding the final reward chest, applicable enemies, normal elite and party elite, distribution rules. When an enemy dies, loot is assigned to the player who first earned contribution, dealt damage in this case, to said enemy. If the player is in a group, the loot is assigned to the player's party instead. Right? Like, what?
Yeah.
In this case, the
Which-
drops from the enemy have equal chance of distribution across all party members. The only exception is party members that have no contribution and are out of range will be excluded from the drop pool. All items are evenly distributed when possible. This means if there are 10 items dropped for a party of 5, each player should receive 2 items. If even distribution is not possible, it will randomly select the players to receive extra drops.
Okay, hold up. I can prove that incorrect in just one thing, okay? Jake
Yeah.
was here when this happened. It was me, Jake.
5 people at
I
a...
think Jake was 5 of us there, okay? I
Yep.
was the only healer there. Keep this in mind.
Yep.
Only healer out of all 5 of them people when I was healing. Out of everything that dropped, I didn't get so much as a single fucking crystal. So
Yeah.
that right there is an absolute lie, and I know for a fact it
Oh,
is.
I know it's for a fact,
because
too.
I didn't get anything.
I went back.
Absolute fucking lie.
I went back into the guild distribution chest, and I looked at that world boss specifically. There was only 5 of you there, literally at Chernobog, I think it said, and it showcases
Yeah,
that there was only 5 participants fighting there,
Yeah,
and that
it's during
Yeah.
Queen.
yeah, during Queen Mountain, there's only
Mhm.
5 of you there at that whole world event, and you got absolutely nothing from Cherno,
Nothing,
other than
not a single
that
thing.
one blue thing, which was it went to like I think Rexy or Jake. I saw that. I
Well,
saw that.
There were 4 of
Oh,
us in a party.
Rexy got the
Rexy, I
purple.
think. Yeah, Rexy got a couple things. Jake got a couple things. Chaser didn't actually meet the bottom end requirement, so he didn't even get the chest.
Which is
right,
crazy.
meaning
There's
3 of us
5 of you there.
Yeah.
It wasn't Chaser,
Out of-
it was Doa.
Oh, was it Doa?
Wait,
Yeah,
Doe
it was
was
Doa.
playing a tank, right?
No,
No.
Doa was on his ult.
Oh, he was on his ult.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, I remember. Yeah.
Okay.
But there were, we were in a party. I was in a party with those 4, and I didn't get anything. So it is not evenly distributed across party members. That's an absolute fucking lie. No, that's absolutely incorrect.
I was a
So-
Spellblade that time.
One
No.
second, real quick. So here goes another peace mode bosses and guild raids. I want to just read this real quick, just to make sure we are again all understanding how this works. Before people get upset. So applicable enemies, field bosses, and arch bosses, distribution rules. When a peace mode field boss dies, all players are sorted by individual player contribution. A guild's overall contribution does not play a role for peace mode bosses and guild raids. Players must meet a minimum contribution to be eligible to receive loot from the boss. There are 2 drops types that comes from peace mode bosses. Contribution drops. Each item is distributed based on chance according to individual contribution. Random drops. Each item is randomly provided only to remaining players who did not receive one of the contribution drops. Stolen and experience are distributed evenly. And let's see, example. Let's assume that a field boss drops the following loot when defeated. Contribution drops 1 sword, 1 mask, 1,000 stolen. Only 1,000. Random drops 1x boots. Assuming you've met the minimum contribution requirement described above, if your contribution was 3% of the total contribution, you would have a 3% chance of acquiring either the sword or the mask. All players that met the minimum contribution requirement would have an equal chance to acquire the boots, regardless of total contribution. Any player who receives epic equipment is unable to attain a second piece of epic equipment from the same boss kill.
Well, it doesn't drop. It just drops 1. So
Yeah, so like 1 mask, 1 thing. But so like here's another weird thing too about that. I said if you in theory, if you did 3% of the contribution, you would have a 3% chance of acquiring either the sword or the mask. So say I did 70% of the contribution because I was shitting on this boss because I'm just that geared up, right? That means I get a 70% chance at acquiring either the sword or the mask. Because if that's the case, then again, this plays into if you have higher gear, you're just getting higher contribution, right? Like, because like
But-
that's like bar for bar what they just simply stated there.
Yeah, and like what I experienced playing with Jake and them, it goes to show that healing contribution means little to nothing in a field boss, because as the only healer there, I should have had the highest and the only healing contribution. And even with that in mind, even with the fact in mind that I was the only healer there and I was the only one having healing contribution, I was keeping everyone alive, was the sole reason everyone was surviving anything.
Yeah.
I still didn't get anything, and it just goes to show tanks aren't even mentioned in the contribution, so
No, they are
tanks
not.
don't get anything, and healing means little to nothing. It is better off to literally just be a DPS, and it goes back to how field bosses originally were, where your contribution was based off of your damage. That's literally exactly what it is now, and it's been shown time and time and time and time again. Every single boss I go to, if I go my DPS build, I get something. If I don't go my DPS build, if I go healer and I actually heal and keep people alive like I'm supposed to do as a healer, I don't get anything, because healing contribution means basically nothing.
Yeah, I said that in my last video too. I mentioned how like ever since I got like my dentist blade and stuff like that, like I like in order for us to get any kind of like guild drop, I feel like I have to try to go there and participate and help guild members out with doing the damage so we could try to get them their loot, because like ever since I got my dentist blade and I was for a while like one of the top hitters in the server, I was getting more drops consistently more often than not. Once I got it, like once I started getting that and I was doing more damage, I was getting more drops frequently. Now I fell off. Now like now there's people who hit way harder than me. Like you got dudes doing like the title event or whatever, like the secret dungeons, the infinity dungeons, like at way faster times than me. Granted, I still I still have a good DPS. I'm still DPSing, but there is dudes who are DPSing. It's always the same people on the leaderboard too, who have like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, type DPS.
Yeah, and
it's like that's crazy. Like you're blowing out like
gotta keep in
500 KHP in
is-
like 12 seconds or 20 seconds.
those people are the people getting the loot, and those people
Yeah,
are
it's always the same
only
people.
ones actually progressing. Because with it being contribution based, right? Quote unquote contribution based, is technically damage based, which again, this goes back to what I was saying earlier, how their updates that are fixing things aren't actually fixing things. It's the same fucking issue, same system basically.
Yeah.
It goes back to that whole system of, if you got ahead, if you paid money and you were paid to win, or if you were a part of the top guild who was like going through and gatekeeping all these bosses, you will forever be ahead of everyone else. It's as simple as that. As long as you play the game, you will be ahead.
Yep. And in tier 2 dungeons is right around the corner, and this is something that is just going to be a constant. It's just going to be an ever existing problem. Like it's going to keep repeating itself. It's never going to change. Even by the time
It's
I get
getting
my
worse.
actual gear that I care for, I'm still going to be outdated because tier 2 gear eclipses tier 1 gear apparently, based off what Korea servers are saying and showcasing. So it's like, even by the time I get my actual purple, these guys are going to be significantly ahead of you. Like you thought your blue was keeping up. It's crazy how much a fully traded purple in your full set and in build like eclipses fully traded blues, right? And skills. Like you have so much resistance and you have so much more damage because of the skill damage boost that everyone's going to be running. All right, with all your purple skills and shit, and obviously your mastery rank. Like your build will shred my build at any given point in time. Like in 1v1s, not close. And then especially in team battles, if you have a whole guild that is like all significantly powered up, it doesn't matter if I have fully traded blues or fully traded half blues and a fully traded half purple, right? I am not contesting a guild in especially these major events where there's more than one person attacking you at once anyways. You're not surviving in that situation. I'm fighting basically like a world boss. Like you are a boss at that point.
Which, don't get me wrong, I feel like that is how it should be, right?
Yeah.
Purple should be significantly better than blue.
100%.
The issue lies with their loot system and the fact that those people who have that full set of purple, fully traded, have all their shit that they need, they are always going to have more contribution than someone who doesn't have their full build, making it harder and harder and harder. And as the game progresses, gets even harder to get your gear and get stuff from these world bosses.
Yeah.
And whenever tier 2 stuff comes out, they're already so far ahead and they're having so much more contribution than everyone else that they are going to be the only ones getting tier 2. And now they have even better gear, so they're all tier 2 kitted out, making it basically impossible for anyone else to get that gear until the next set of tier 3 comes out. And it's just going to be a never-ending cycle where as better stuff comes out, it's going to stay like that. The top people will stay at the top. Everyone else will be completely unable to progress.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, man. Like, I don't know. We can complain about this all day, but we're just gonna keep dancing around the circle, saying the same shit. Like, again, I just want this game to do good. Like, I don't want to like say I want to stop playing because I got some people to finally start hopping on. But I'll probably like.
I want to continue playing the game, but I just can't deal with their bullshit for much longer.
No, I don't blame you, man. It's just like nothing I do feels like meaningful. And then again, like that tax delivery event was kind of like, I was kind of lame. I'm not gonna lie.
Such a fucking
It was
wreck.
such a waste of time, dude. I sat there and let my Alfredo get cold, so I'm kind of salty about that. I'm trying to.
Yeah, I literally hopped off a different game that I was playing with my best friend. Hopped on that for fucking 30 minutes just for it to be a train wreck, and that's 30 minutes I could have spent on a whole other game having fun. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Getting killed by everyone that wasn't Quantum. Oh, great.
Oh yeah, I absolutely love the fact how people are like, oh hey, red is just the alliance, and yet red is
All right,
consistent
guys.
of 200
YouTube.
guilds.
I'm gonna stop the video here, so I'm
Yeah.
not holding you guys up. But thank you if you guys made it this far in the
yeah,
video.
yeah,
Let us know down in the
yeah,
comment
the enemy
section what you
alliance is
think.
spawning in our
If
spawn,
you guys
you see,
plan
so
on playing
Just
Son
use
of Liberty,
barrage as you
you
spawn
believe the
in,
devs
makes
can
sense.
make a change and fix
Oh, yeah,
things.
yeah,
Kev used a
Let us
Kev
know.
used a flash wave
I'm
as soon
gonna
as I spawned in.
stop it here,
Made
though, man.
sense.
I appreciate you guys.
Dude,
I love
got like
you.
50 fucking
and-
kills from the event, man.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna try to
I
keep
couldn't kill
thugging it out
anyone.
and sticking
They
with the
saw
game.
that I had a
Also,
tail
I
and was
apologize
jumping
if
on
I sound
20
weird. I'm
people.
standing up now because
I was.
I wish
so-
you guys could see
I
this. I
finally
wish I
got
had
into
webcam on.
1v1
I literally just
during
broke
that
my
event.
chair.
It was
I don't know
against a
what just
Raptor.
happened,
Okay,
but
I
it just
slept and
snapped
started
underneath
doing my
me.
combo halfway
That's
through
kind of
killing
funny,
them,
man.
right?
I gotta go
I
and go
can
buy
kill
me a
them
new one,
super
but
easy. I still have
yeah,
two
thank you again
binds
for
in
watching.
my back pocket. Okay, they were